From Jake Nevin Fieldhouse on the campus of Villanova University, this is Big East Volleyball on the Big East Digital Network as Nova Nation on Senior Day hosts the St. John's Red Storm for the battle for third place in the Big East standings. Sean St. Jacques alongside. Megan Caffrey will be by in just a few moments as well. A really fun matchup today here at Villanova. The Wildcats and Johnnies battling for third place in what's been a really competitive Big East volleyball season as we take a look at the standings going into the final day of the regular season. Marquette and Creighton both nationally ranked, 1 and 2 at the top of the standings at the moment. Villanova and St. John's have been nip and tuck all season. They're in the Big East tournament, but they will find out today after this one who they will play in the Big East tournament. A couple of really strong players to watch today. We start with the Red Storm, who are red hot at the moment, looking to keep a 6-game winning streak alive heading into this one. One of their best players, Efrosini Alexikou, leads the squad and kills over 400 this season, second in the Big East overall. She's been a bright spot, to say the least, for the Red Storm this season. We'll look to have another big game this afternoon for the Red Storm, looking for a little revenge after Villanova won the first meeting this season. On the Villanova side, Kathleen Johnson has been the player to watch this season, especially of late. Over 10 kills in 4 of her last 5 games, and first in the Big East in hitting. She has been really strong this season for Villanova, and the Wildcats are trying to shore up third place in the Big East here on Senior Day. A lot of talented seniors will be in action for both squads today. It's Villanova, and it's St. John's, and it's coming up next on the Big East Digital Network.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
Back here at Jake Nevin Fieldhouse on the campus of Villanova University. It's Big East Volleyball on the Big East Digital Network. Sean St. Jacques, Megan Caffrey alongside. Big match today as Villanova and St. John's will find out where they will be seated and who they will play in the Big East tournament. It is Senior Day for Villanova here in Villanova, Pennsylvania. Great ceremony just a few moments ago here between the Villanova Wildcats and the St. John's Red Storm. Megan, should be a fun match. Both these teams have played each other obviously earlier in the season. St. John's with a convincing win, but this game means a lot, and obviously means a lot for Villanova on Senior Day.
And this game is the perfect one to kind of cap off the season for these two, if you think about it. They did play one another earlier in the season, and now it's these final two vying for that third seed in the tournament. So it's going to be really fun to see how it played out. Like you mentioned, St. John's did win earlier in the season, so it'll be interesting to see how Villanova responds today. Great crowd on hand for this one as the starters are being announced here inside Jake Nevin Fieldhouse. We'll take a look at the starters for both sides. St. John's is lined up on the court to the left. Their starting lineup. We mentioned a couple of players at the top. Efrosini Alexikou is definitely one of the players to watch. Maria Palacios has had a solid season as well for St. John's. And of course, under coach Joanne Persico, it's a really strong starting lineup for a team that has something to prove and is on a 6-game winning streak. Oh, for sure. And they are going to put their best foot forward here. And I think interesting in talking to Coach Persico before the game, she said their biggest priority, besides trying to win today, is that they really want to be healthy. They already know that they're in the postseason. Both of these teams do. So now the priority is to keep their players healthy so that they can go into tournament play that's coming up right around the corner next week.
Villanova's starting lineup. A lot of seniors in this starting lineup, including Remy Fairchild and Emma Decker, who get the start on Senior Day. It's one of the best groups that Coach Josh Steinbach has had since he's come to Villanova, and it's a team that would love to not only get a little bit of revenge, but go out on a high note here today.
Definitely. You're finishing off the regular season at home. A great crowd here today for the seniors. It's their last time playing here. So what better thing? You always want to win on your senior day. You know, it's just that feeling that you have of knowing that you went out on a high note on your home court.
Try to make it a 2-game winning streak for the Wildcats. Mentioned Joanne Persico for St. John's, 26th season in charge. Got a chance to talk to her just a few moments ago before the start of this game. Like you mentioned, Megan, she mentioned trying to get in healthy, but also trying to keep this momentum going. They've been playing their best volleyball of the season at the right time.
And I think it's really funny, too, when you look at JoJo. When you think of Big East volleyball, she is one of the very first names that come to mind.
What a career she's had at St. John's, and she couldn't stop talking about her seniors over the last couple of days. And when we talked to her earlier, she just mentioned one of the best senior classes she's had. That's saying a lot when you've been almost 3 decades at one of the best programs in the conference and nationally as well. They've had such a great run under Coach Persico. And, of course, Josh Steinbach in his 13th season with Villanova. He's had some memorable teams as well, but another memorable senior class for his team as well. Remy Fairchild has had a really solid finish to the season. Good to see Emma Decker and Ali Osanowski in the starting lineup as well.
And I think it's really interesting in talking with Coach Steinbach, when you talk to him about these seniors, he said this is one of his favorite recruiting classes. And he put it simply, he said, you know what, when you're recruiting players, what you want to think about is if we have a really bad loss on the road, who do you want to be surrounded by on that bus ride home? And he said not only are these seniors great volleyball players, great athletes, but they are a positive breath of fresh air that he has in his locker room. And they are those people that when you're on that bus ride home, if you have an unfortunate loss, they make that bus ride 10 times better.
And one thing is that's going to be tough for St. John's today. Nova is 9-1 here this season, trying to make it 10 of 11 on home court this season. St. John's is 4-4 on the road, but in the Big East, it is always tough in any sport, in any league, to get a road win.
That's so true, and it's so true in every single sport, and it's so interesting, and that just goes to say the high level of competition that these Big East athletes put out on the floor night in and night out.
It's crazy how the stats seem to back that up in every sport in this conference, but it's always difficult to get road wins. They're so cherished in the Big East, and like you mentioned, Megan, it just shows you how tough every team, it's not just these teams that are going into the postseason, but everywhere you look in the Big East and seemingly every sport, road wins are hard to come by, and you got to fight for it till the very end if you're going to pull one out.
Definitely, for sure, and we are up for a battle here today. I'm excited for it.
Again, winner gets the 3 seed in the Big East tournament, and that means the 1-4 matchup would be looming for the loser. Not the worst thing in the world, Creighton or Marquette. It's really a pick your poison of the two, but both teams want to go out on a high note to finish the regular season. St. John's will serve first, and Sanabia gets us underway here from Villanova, Pennsylvania, and an early kill for the Wildcats as Mallory Potts gets Nova on the board in the opening set.
Perfectly set up for her. She comes in with so much power.
Able to sink that one in. Nova serves. Good dig out by Nova. Backline there was Fairchild, and that's going to be a St. John's point on a miscue there. 1-1 in the opening set. Joanne Persico mentioned how tough it is with that front line of Villanova earlier in the day when we caught up with her. And it showed there as they were able to kind of dig that one out. Remy Fairchild with her second dig already. Potts, I think, had that one deflected a little bit, blocked at the net, but kept alive. Potts again, and it's dug out well there by Sanabia. Blasted that time, and a kill for St. John's. It's on the far net, and Klara Mikhailova with her first kill, and the Johnnies have their first lead, 2-1 in the opening set.
And Reagan Lowe had a little acrobatic moves tumbling over back there as she tried to save it for her team.
Great crowd on hand inside Jake Nevin Fieldhouse. A little bit of a miscue there. Can Villanova keep this alive? They do. Really good job there. Finding a way back over the net. Lowe was able to get it back over. That was deflected. Lowe dives to save that one. Right down the middle, and a kill for Nova. Ali Osanowski right down Broadway, and it's 2 apiece in the opening set.
Sean, that is something that you expect from the player with the second highest hitting percentage in the conference right there. She delivers.
Had plenty to aim at right down the middle of the net. Good serve just over the net that time. Barely dug out by St. John's. Chance on the far side. It is blocked but out of play, and Villanova picks up the point. was a quick change, and it was Barnes who came in and brought the venom on that outside hitter position there. St. John's got the block, but could not keep it in play. Another venomous serve over the net from Emma Decker, and that's out of play. Point for the Wildcats. And Villanova's off to a 4-2 start. Emma Decker, the senior from Illinois. Her serves have been tough to deal with, but a service error there gives a point right back to the Red Storm, and it's 4-3. That one just went over the line on the back line, and St. John's will serve. And Mikalova will take charge for the Red Storm. Well, that was almost a service error. Villanova keeps it alive instead. Potts gets it over the net. Reset for the Red Storm. And a block. Good dig out, though. Sanabia kept it alive. Blocked back down again for Nova. Two helped out that time. Barnes and Olszanowski reject it. That was Barnes who I think got the bigger piece of that. And an early momentum shifter, 5-3 Villanova in the opening set. Might have been Barnes again at the net that time. Olszanowski's blocked. Good set at the net, blast. And it's gonna be a point for the Red Storm. Good response that time. Palacios was able to finish the job that time, and she'll head right to the bench. 5-4 Villanova, early back and forth, with both teams showing you how strong they are with their hitting percentage.
Grab your popcorn, Sean. We are in for an exciting one today. It's the battle for that third seed. Both of these teams want to prove that they are that third seed capable.
Villanova a little fortunate that time, was blocked out of play, but Barnes won't care one bit. It's 6-4 Villanova. But Coach Steinbach's already off the bench and showing some encouragement for his team. He loves the way they've started out aggressively. There goes Sanowski, the senior from New Orleans, Louisiana. It's really cool. They had the pictures of all the seniors when they were young, when they were kids, at the senior day ceremony. It was a really touching moment. And the seniors have been the one dictating the pace early. Villanova is up 7-4 in the first set.
Sean,
and it's another block at the net.
Sean, I don't think I would want to have my picture up there, my baby pictures up there if I was a senior. Oof, some rough days.
Oh, that's blasted. That's in. That's a kill for St. John's. Great response. Venom from Alexikou, our player to watch, and she gets her first kill. Fosini Alexikou from Greece. Over 400 kills this season for the Red Storm. That's only second, believe it or not, in the Big East. Barnes again for Nova. That's dug out well on the near side. That was DeMalo. And the Red Storm finish the possession strong, and they get a point.
3 Wildcats were going down to try and save that one, but just unfortunately out of reach for each of them.
7-6 Villanova in the opening set with the Red Storm serving. Erica DeMalo will serve. Senior from Milan, Italy. Of course, St. John's just had their senior day against Georgetown a couple of days ago. And Erica DeMalo's family was there, and they're here again. They made the trip to watch her play in her final regular season game as well. About a 2-state swing, and that's an error by St. John's and a point for Villanova. 8-6 Nova in the opening set, but her family's not only picking up the frequent flyer miles, but they're picking up the mileage in the car as well. They made the 2.5-hour journey to get here.
How about that? And probably through the snow and everything as well. But when it's when you've got a senior there, it is just so great to see the family support. And as we're here at Villanova, seeing these 5 seniors, their families here as well today, it's awesome to have a family traveling all over the place to catch their daughter's last games.
Great digs on either end. Both teams keeping it alive, but the tap down gives the point to Villanova. Sophia Howling, the redshirt sophomore from Los Angeles, finishes it off. And it's an early 9-6 lead for Villanova. They've been in relatively, I should say, in control in the opening set so far. That's a blast over the top. Sanabia was able to dig that out. Alexikou had her kill attempt dug out. Near side, a blast. Another good dig from Villanova. Oh, blocked, but out of play again. Couple of fortunate deflections for Villanova. Remy Fairchild, the senior, with the kill, a 10-6 Nova lead. And it'll be a timeout after this last kill for the Wildcats. Well, Villanova on senior day wanting to go out on a high note. They've started it off strong. They lead St. John's 10-6 in the opening set on the Big East Digital Network.
What is a Villanovan? In 30 seconds? Well, Villanovans aim high. Top 50 National University high. We think fast and stay connected. V's up. Villanovans think deeply, push boundaries, and go, go, go! Still with me? We climb corporate ladders and these ladders. This campus is our home, but you can find us almost anywhere. Villanovans have big hearts and solve even bigger problems, and we celebrate together. Ignite change, go Nova.
Big cities, big names, big legacies, big sisters and brothers, big ideas, big expectations, big stage, big results. That's the Big East way.
3-0 scoring run for Villanova, 10-6 lead in the opening set for the Wildcats on senior day at Jake Nevin Fieldhouse. Nova to serve. Nice dig out there for the Red Storm and a blast, but it was deflected at the net. Kept alive by the Wildcats. Oh, what a dig. Sanabi was able to get down and deny Fairchild, but Villanova can't say. That was kicked anyway, I think, by Fairchild. A kill for the Red Storm. And we're starting to see Alexikou get a couple of swipes at it here. This was blasted, and it was deflected. Yeah, there was a kick. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. It's 10-7 Villanova, and Alexikou will serve.
The Red Storm trying to see if they can get on a little run of their own here out of the timeout.
Oh, but a service error is not going to help that out. Alexikou a little too much on it, and it's 11-7 Villanova. Those could really hurt momentum at times.
Exactly, Sean. I think those are the things that this match might really come down to, and those are the points that you're really going to want to have come back. This is a highly emotional match for both teams, so you want to try and play as clean as possible.
That could get you some momentum right back. A kill for the Red Storm. That was right down the middle, well set up, and the Red Storm grab a point, 11-8. Set up well by Coach Persico's squad, and they're back within 3 in this opening set. Red Storm swept Villanova when they met in Queens earlier this season. Red Storm have won 6 matches in a row. They've only dropped 1 set during that 6-game winning streak as well.
That last set coming on November 3rd. Think about how dominant you've had to be to go unbeaten since then.
But Villanova's trying to change that. Another big kill on the far side. Sophia Howling's had a really strong start to this game, and a great replay at that kill right there. Floating in the air to smack it down for the Wildcats, 12-8 Villanova. Just a whisker over the net that time. Over the top, it is rejected. Back for another Villanova point. Emma Decker was all over it on the far net. And with the crowd behind them, Villanova has been playing some really strong volleyball in this opening set, a 5-point lead. A blast, but it's dug out. It was Sarah Ullman that time for Villanova. Just to deflect it over the net to take some off of that. That was touched, and that's through for a kill for the Red Storm. Maria Palacios, the Colombian, was able to find the space and finish this one off. Just went through traffic for that kill.
Perfectly placed.
Rastelli will serve for the Johnnies. Dug out by Sarah Ullman, the junior from Manhattan Beach, California. Red Storm looking to set it up on the far side. It is blocked, but it is out of bounds. Points for the Red Storm right there. But Villanova, especially on that far side, has it covered, it seems. Just could not quite keep that in. A couple of those points have dictated the early stages of this first set. 3-point lead for Villanova. Oh, that's unfortunate. It's an ace for St. John's. Didn't know much about it. Hit the top of the net and just deadened right on the floor.
Emma Decker not quite prepared for that, looking back at her team communicating, so just a little slip up there.
It's rare that you see something like that happen when just goes straight down. You really just don't have much chance to react, and St. John's didn't have any shot to react from that. Ali Osanowski buries it. 14-11, the Wildcats get the point right back. Talk about perfectly placed. Right between the arms of Palacios and nobody able to reach it for the Red Storm. Another nasty serve from Decker. With some swerve and dip on it, blocked right back by Villanova. Palacios again for the Red Storm. And the Red Storm are back within 2, just like that. They've clawed their way within 2 points. Nice little stretch from Maria Palacios. And she's up to 3 kills in the opening set. Oh, but a service error for Mikalova gives it right back to Villanova. And they're back up 15-12. We mentioned it. Service errors seem to always be a difference between some of the top teams in the conference. And 2 already for St. John's in this opening set. 3-point Villanova lead. Tipped over to keep that alive by St. John's. Barnes trying a slashing shot over the net. It was kept alive. Blocked at the net, out of play. Point for the Red Storm, as that shot from Alexikou was too much to handle. 15-13 Villanova. I think Josh Steinbeck's got to feel pretty good about the way his team has come out. They've been very aggressive at the net to start this game. But St. John's, as they always seem to on the road, always hanging around. They're never out of a match. Olsanowski fired that one in there. Was dug out well by the Red Storm. That one is too strong from Alexikou, and it's a point for Villanova. Sanowski will serve. He's dug out initially by Mikalova. Oh, it's a fire blast. Ton of heat there from Alexikou. And it's 16-14 Villanova. She's starting to get warm in this opening set. Seems like they've just been trying to find her the last couple of possessions to get her going. She's one of our players to watch, and she has delivered the last couple of times. Barnes trying to answer too strong. And St. John's is back within 1 point, 16-15 in this first set. DeMalo will serve. Just got it over the net. Tipped right back over, and the Red Storm have tied it in the opening set. Well, down by as many as 5. The Red Storm are level, 16 apiece. And they're on a 3-0 scoring run. Good set by Decker. Barnes blasts it. Good response by Villanova, and they're back in front.
And you could just see the athleticism on Barnes as she gets so high. She's a track and field athlete in the spring. And the one thing, though, she's improved so much from her freshman season. And Coach Steinbach said he is a little bit bummed sometimes that he doesn't get her in the spring to continue to work on things because she has so much potential with her athleticism.
What a diving save by Alexikou to keep that alive. But then it's blasted. And it did take a deflection. It's a point for Villanova. As Remy Fairchild was able to find the space. What a dive initially by St. John's. Alexikou kept it alive, and maybe not a touch there. Tough call on the replay there. Point for Villanova, though, regardless.
Maybe just a tip of a fingertip.
So tough to tell. You're right. Could have been just the slightest of touches. Oh, great finesse by Alexikou. Villanova can't save it, and the Johnnies get the point right back. Well, sometimes you just need to take a little extra off.
Exactly. It's the little touches like that when this game has been so high-powered, so much power behind these hits, and then you do a little tap over there and you can catch someone off guard.
Oh, but it is a service error from Alexikou. Gives the point right back to Villanova. And that could be a crucial point in this set. Villanova leads by 2. in the opening set are best of 5. And of course, win by 2 in each set. Fairchild serves for the Wildcats. Oh, it is blasted, but it is a point for Villanova. Miscue at the net in the end by Rastelli. Gives the point to the Wildcats, and there's a timeout. Another look at it there, and hit the top. Good call by the line judge, and it's 20-17 Villanova heading into a timeout here from Jake Nevin Fieldhouse on the Big East Digital Network.
Metropolitan and global university. We are at the heart of where lives are enriched. We provide a transformative education that goes far beyond the classroom. We aspire to do more. And for nearly 150 years, the St. John's story has been the story of New York City. We are New York's team. We are St. John's.
Villanova coach Josh Steinbach looks on. Wildcats have a 3-point lead in the opening set on senior day here in Villanova, Pennsylvania. Jake Nevin Fieldhouse, the setting. Sean St. Jacques, Megan Caffrey here with you. That's a big point for the Red Storm. We talking off the air, Megan. Service errors have been big in this first set. 3-1 in favor of St. John's. That's not a good stat to be in favor of, but this is a big point to get back here. Great block at the net as Catherine was able to get a touch. 20-18, Villanova leads. Sent over the net by Sanabia. Fired in there, but blocked at the net. Lee Palacios was in there. Blocked again. This time Potts was over there. And a block again at the net. Kept alive. Back and forth we go. Good rally here. Alexaku, the good set. Palacios has it dug out there, that time by Fairchild. And it's fired home. Mallory Potts makes no mistake. This was a pile driver.
She's just got so much force behind that.
21-18 Nova. Floated over the top. Palacios was blocked. And St. John's can't save it. 22-18 Villanova trying to close out this set strong. Well, how big for the Nova psyche would this be to take the opening set after dropping the first 3 when they played the Red Storm in NYC? A great dig out there, but it's out of play, and it's a point for the Red Storm. That was a heck of a reaction there by Sarah Allman, but she could not, or excuse me, Reagan Lowe was able to dig that out. Could not quite keep it in play, though.
And this is when the last time these two teams met, this is when Villanova was still hanging in there with St. John's at this point, and Coach Steinbach said his team kind of just faded within the final couple points. So it's now going to be important to see how his team finishes this set out this time.
Always tough to put St. John's away in any set. Well, in the last 6 matches will tell you that. But Potts is trying to make sure they get it done. Boy, it was set up for her perfectly. And she made no mistake yet again. Another kill for Mallory Potts. It's her 3rd of the set, and she split the defenders to find the space. 4-point lead for Villanova, but they give the point right back. It's the 2nd service error, this time from Emma Decker. And that could give St. John's a little bit of life at the end of this first set. 23-20 Villanova. There, Mikulova from the Czech Republic will serve for the Red Storm. Decker with a good set for Barnes, who leaped high, but it was dug out. Alexaku finds the space, took a bit of a deflection, That's a point for the Red Storm, and they're back within 2.
And you could see Alexa Koo, just eyeing her teammates in that little huddle there, saying, "We got this, we got this."
Villanova and their fans trying to push them over the line in this opening set. Potts with a big-time swipe at it, but it was dug out well. Potts again blocked, out of play. Point for Villanova. Mallory Potts is heating up in this first set, and it's set point for Villanova. Nice catch, by the way. The ball bounced right to you, Megan.
Put me out on the court, huh?
Oh, but a service error right there. You can see Coach Steinbach disappointed with that. They could have finished it off right there, but St. John's saves a set point. And this is a serve that's been really working for Villanova, just kind of skimming it over the top of the net, but this time it gets all of the net. St. John's serves to try to stay in the set. Oh, it's a winner. Villanova wins the opening set. Olsanoski with the finishing kill. That's a big one for Villanova. They win the opening set 25-22. And it's their first set win against St. John's this season. Well, a good start for Villanova on Senior Day. We'll take a quick break. The second set is on the other side of this break on the Big East Digital Network.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi Money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
At St. John's University, our students believe, serve, explore, and achieve. A Catholic, Vincentian, metropolitan, and global university, we are at the heart of where lives are enriched. We provide a transformative education that goes far beyond the classroom. We aspire to do more. And for nearly 150 years, the St. John's story has been the story of New York City. We are New York's team. We are St. John's.
Sean St. Jacques, Megan Caffrey back here with you on Villanova University's campus. The Wildcats on Senior Day take the opening set over St. John's. St. John's, talked about it earlier. Well, it's happened. First time they've dropped a set since November 3rd. Well, what were you doing then?
Well, it was daylight savings time.
Oh,
so
is that right?
What was it? We got an extra hour of sleep then?
I think we actually lost an hour.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so we lost an hour of sleep then.
we fell back, as it were.
Yes, but I think the big takeaway from this first set is you look at Villanova's Mallory Potts. I mean, she leads the team with kills, and she was just unstoppable, I think, in this first set. When you're hot, right? You want to feed it to her, and I think if they can keep this momentum going, we're going to have ourselves a lot to look forward to in the second set.
We mentioned it off air. 2 huge kills from Potts at the end of that first set when St. John's gained a little bit of momentum from a service error, and we talked about it as well. Service errors ended up being tied in the end in that opening set, but it was those key Mallory Potts kills that put Villanova over the top. Teams switch sides for what's a pretty crucial second set here. You see their coach Persico for St. John's getting some thoughts from her coaching staff.
And I think that's what you want in this second set, right? You look at the stats a little bit there and you say, we got to clean it up. You want to play your best, cleanest set when it's going to come down to something that is going to be so tight like this.
Nice little touch over the top. Potts does the dirty work that time, and it leads to Howling finishing it off. How about Potts? A little bit out of position, but coming over to save it, and Howling doesn't miss from there. And Villanova's got the opening point in the second set. That was blocked, but it does land out of play. It's a point for St. John's, one apiece after the first two possessions. It didn't take much. St. John's, again, Villanova was down, rather up by as many as 5 in that first set, and St. John's doesn't take a lot for them to find some momentum. They were able to really fight their way back into it, almost came back. Potts again. It's going to be tough to stop her. She is already getting red hot in these first two sets. And Villanova's team leader in kills has got another one here in the second set.
Nobody around that one. And I think it's so interesting when you're talking to volleyball coaches, Sean. They always just talk about the momentum swings. It can shift so easily in a match, but once you have that momentum going your way, you want to keep it going for as long as you can.
Well, Villanova's got it right now. That one was served over the top, a miscue, maybe some miscommunication from St. John's' end, and a 3-1 lead for Villanova in the second set. Reagan Lowe, the senior from Riverside, California, serves, got a little help from the net as that went over the top, a blast. It's dug out, but it's out of play, and a big kill for the Red Storm. They're back within one in the second set. Another look. This was absolutely thundered over the net. Good idea. Good try, I should say. Sarah Ullman almost dug that out, but too much on it. As St. John's was able to get the kill that time. Rostelli was able to fire it over. Oh, it's a beautifully placed shot. Point for Villanova. Olsenowski again, able to get another kill right down the middle. She has been very good in the first set plus here for the Wildcats.
And how about this? I think this is the fun little thing. Olsenowski, her dad is on a rugby team, and I think some of his teammates were in town for a tournament. They were all at the Wildcats game against Seton Hall, and now they're here again today on Senior Day. If we look up right across from us, they've all got those fun little Viking hats on.
Oh, wow, look at that.
A great cheering section for sure.
Shining in the lights in the seats. Very cool stuff there. Can't miss them. There's about 5 or 6 of them up there.
Wouldn't want to get on their bad side, huh? Those look really pointy.
I think I got an idea for next year's Halloween costume. Well, speaking of which, Olsenowski punishes the hardwood with another kill. And you can hear the Viking helmets from here. They're patting them on the back right now. They're tapping their helmets as she blasts another one home, and the Wildcats lead 5-3 in the second set. Good serve over the top that time. Near side, Mexico again taking something off of it for St. John's. Barnes put a lot behind it, but it was dug out by the Red Storm. Alexikou, that was a cross-court set there. Tapped it over the top, saved Olsenowski. Great dig out on that far side that time. It was Yoshioka who was able to get to it. Oh, it's finished off well by Remy Fairchild. And the senior finds the space, 6-3 Villanova. Another look at it here. She got up really high for that one to flex out of play for the Wildcats. Anna Morse serves again. Dug out by Rodriguez. And it is in there. Point for the Red Storm. As once again, Alexikou finds the space. She's been the biggest bright spot as you'd expect for St. John's. Picking her spots really well so far. Sanabia will serve for St. John's. Kind of lofted that over the top. The set by Decker. Barnes with a blast. Villanova gets the point right back. They lead 7-4. Like you mentioned earlier, Megan, she is a jumper.
Look at that, right?
Jumping out of the gym for the Wildcats.
She's a player that is exciting and fun to watch because you never know what athletic move she's going to have take out of her pocket.
She was there again. DeMalo with a clever behind the head serve, or rather behind the head touch over the top. Alexaku with the kill in the end was blocked out of play. And slowly but surely, Alexaku, number 6 in red, is starting to make an impact in this game in a big way for the Red Storm. DeMalo will serve for St. John's. It is 7-5 Villanova. It was touched over the top. I think it was Howling who just about kept that alive. Touched over twice, and Abia kept that alive. Low resets for Villanova. And it's St. John's rejecting the attempt by Howling at the net. That is a big momentum shifter potentially for the Red Storm. Very nice job by St. John's, and it was Alexaku again. DeMalo serves, just got it over the net. A big dig out there. Fairchild over the nets, and Abia digs it out. That's blasted. Was able to be dug out by Rowe initially, but Alexaku, right place, right time, taps it right back over the net, and St. John's is level, 7 apiece.
She has been a part of almost every single point that St. John's has had right now in this set.
She's already up to 8 kills. Wasn't the best set there. Barnes over the top. Dug out by DeMalo. That was blocked at the net, but it's out of play. And St. John's has their first lead of either set. And actually that was misfortunate from Villanova that time. Remy Fairchild got the piece, but it deflected off of Howling instead and fell for a St. John's point, as Rastelli is starting to make an impact on that far side, the far side of the net. Number 18 in red for St. John's. Decker for Fairchild, blocked back over the net. Fairchild again, no one's stopping that. Tied at 8 in the second set. Boy, Villanova's coming at you from both sides of the net with Fairchild and Barnes. That is tough to stop. Two very athletic players. Well, miscommunication there, and St. John's pays for it. Sanabi, I don't think, realized it was coming to her, and Villanova retakes the lead in the second set, 9-8. Allman serves for Villanova. Tough play at the net there to tip that over the first time, but then St. John's kept it alive for Fairchild, who was blocked. Touched over. Smart play by Emma Decker, and the senior gets another point for Villanova. They lead 8-10 in the second set. Another look at it here. What a smart play. What a great play by Remy Fairchild to keep that alive initially. Great reactions. And then it was finished off by Decker. A lot of power behind that. Decker. Fairchild was on the backhand, couldn't quite keep that alive. And Coach Steinbach tried to get in on the action. Too bad he doesn't have a uniform on, and it's a point for the Red Storm.
I was gonna say, I saw a hand go up there, and I was like, that does not look like a female's hand. He's got a dress shirt on along with that.
And a little chest bump from Remy Fairchild saying, thanks, Coach. Appreciate that. Too bad for Villanova, it doesn't count. He was got a good set off of it, to be fair to him. Oh, that's a thunderbolt on the near side. And in the end, it was Mikalova who ties the set with a firecracker.
Allman immediately after she puts her hand out, she knew. She just went a little bit too soon to try and save it.
Alexaku had a service error her last time. Good serve this time. Howling is rejected. Mikalova, back-to-back ones for St. John's. And the Red Storm take the lead in a seesaw second set. She got a kill, and she blocks that one back down. The Red Storm back in front, 11-10. Fairchild is blocked again on the far side. How about that? Emma Decker again. Tied at 11 in the second set. How smart of a player has she been this season for Villanova? It's showing up again here.
Players stepping up in these big moments also, Sean.
Oh, blasted over the top. Dug out by Rowe. Howling finds the space. It opened up for almost everybody for St. John's. Shifted to the left side of the court. She goes to the right side and finds the space. Almost nobody there for St. John's. 12-11 Villanova.
Sanabria tried to get a piece of that one, but she was just far from it.
St. John's responds well that time. There's Kelly Rastelli again with another kill. Just tell the St. John's outside hitters not only have a lot of height, but they have got a lot of pop behind their kill attempts. 12 apiece. Well, not for long. Villanova takes the lead right back. 13-12 Villanova. That was well placed again. Wildcats again up a set. Now up a point in the second set. Low serves. Oh, it's a service error. Alexaku, you can see her, she thought about it. She thought about it real hard. Made the right choice, and it's 13 apiece. And Low, one of the better servers for Villanova with a rare service error that time. Rastelli will serve for the Red Storm. Smacks it over the top, dug out by Fairchild. Potts, oh, she was blocked. Kept alive by Villanova. Decker just pushes it over. They ran out of hits that time, and that's gonna cost them in the end. Right down the middle, Kaylee Wood. We've barely seen her today. Big kill for St. John's. And they have the lead, 14-13. Right down Broadway there for the New Yorkers right there. Rastelli, the Parma, Italy native, serves for St. John's. Well, Sanowski was blocked. He's kept alive by Sanabria. Rastelli came up. She was blocked. Nikolova, oh, well placed. Knew she would have gotten blocked if she went all out. And just touched it over the top. The finesse pays off. And St. John's has a 2-point lead all of a sudden.
Into wide open space there. You see some Wildcats late trying to get to it, but it was just a little bit too late for them.
Rastelli, good serve, barely dug out of there. Lowe keeps it alive, back over the top from Fairchild. Right down the middle, but right into a heap. Villanova rejects it. Well, that time it was Wood again. This time she couldn't find any room. 15-14, St. John's in front. Decker serves. Dug out by Rodriguez. Nikolova with a firebolt. Out of play. Went right back over the net. That's how hard she hit it. It was deflected back over the top of the net, but luckily for her, out of play. And it is another kill for St. John's. They have a 2-point lead, 16-14. Nikolova serves. Dug out by Fairchild. Olsenowski, good dig out by Nikolova. Alexaku, what a dig out there. Alexaku again, rejected. Villanova's everywhere right now. Would not let the point go, and Barnes rejects it at the summit. Big point for Villanova, 16-15 St. John's, and a timeout on the floor. Well, St. John's has been in the lead for a little while now, but Villanova starting to roar back in the second set here on Senior Day from Villanova, Pennsylvania on the Big East Digital Network.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
What is a Villanovan in 30 seconds? Villanovans aim high. Top 50 National University high. We think fast and stay connected. V's up. Villanovans think deeply, push boundaries, and go, go, go! Still with me? We climb corporate ladders and these ladders. This campus is our home, but you can find us almost anywhere. Villanovans have big hearts and solve even bigger problems, and we celebrate together. Ignite change, go Nova.
Villanova leads St. John's by a set to nothing. Second set on senior day for the Wildcats. Sean St. Jacques, Megan Caffrey on the Big East Digital Network. Appreciate you spending some of your weekend with us. Olsenowski over the top. Oh, quick trigger, quick thinking for St. John's that time. Erica DeMalo with the kill. The Red Storm get a big point, it feels like, there to extend the lead after Villanova, before that timeout, gained some momentum back with their defense. Sanabia serves. It's a good serve, barely dug out there by Lowe. Blasted back over the top. Still a chance here. Barnes. Oh, what a dig by Rodriguez for St. John's. Alexikou. Too much on it. That's a big kill for St. John's. And they've got a 3-point lead in this second set.
Just a little too much power on there for Lowe to be able to redirect that for her teammates. It just got out of hand a little bit too much.
Frosini Alexikou. We talked to Coach Persico about her before the game, and how much she's developed from last season to this season. It's just been leaps and bounds, even though she was really good last year as well. Of course, as soon as I say that, she makes a mistake at the net. Broadcaster jinx. Villanova gets the point, and it's 18-16 St. John's. But for those that are just watching her for the first time, or that have known what she's been capable of all season, she's been all over the place for the Red Storm as expected. Olsenowski over the net. Oh, it's a thundering kill attempt. That's out of play. That goes into the second deck off the deflection. And St. John's has a 3-point lead again, 19-16. This was a thunderbolt over the top. And St. John's with a 3-point lead. Coach Persico trying to get that second set here. Howling. Oh, it's blocked. Great block at the net. Just served over the top. Alexikou was blocked. Quick thinking to get it back over the net. Barnes is blocked as well. Kept alive by Mikalova. Alexikou rejected, but it's out of play. Well, the announcement was point Nova, but it is a point for St. John's. The line judge gave that to the Red Storm. And Emma Decker's over just to clarify why the call was made. It was blocked out of bounds, and I believe that was the call on the floor here. As you see, quick conversation. Villanova thought they had gotten a point. Barnes thought she got another huge rejection. But Alexikou has her 11th kill, and that's a big one for St. John's. 20-16 lead. And a timeout here.
Sean, how fun has this battle been, though, specifically in looking at St. John's Alexikou with Barnes going up head-to-head against the net. Alexikou with so much power, and Barnes just trying her hardest every single time to be right there with the rejection, that time not going in her way, however.
Seems like they keep meeting at the summit, trading blows back and forth. Alexikou leads everybody so far with 11 kills for the Red Storm. Like you said, Barnes has been on fire as well. 5 kills. She has 3 blocks already. Not to be outdone, though. Olsenowski's got 5 blocks and 4 kills for Villanova as well. Both teams have been coming out. You know, both teams know they're in the Big East tournament, but both teams are not playing like they know already what's going on. They obviously know that they don't know who they're going to play yet, but they want to finish strong and keep the momentum that they've been building going into what's going to be a really fun Big East tournament.
And I think you look right here on the stat sheet, Sean, with Villanova with 6 blocks to St. John's 3s, and so with St. John, who has 3 right now, and Villanova is just trying to assert their dominance right up there close at the net.
This feels like a big moment in the set. St. John's with a 4-point lead, 20-16. And like we talked about in that opening set, can St. John's finish Villanova off in this second set? St. John's, when they were down in the first set, made a little bit of a run and saved a set point as well, but could not turn it around. And there's a brief stoppage as Emma Decker has a few more thoughts for our net judge, I should say. The discussion continues. It's over the last point when Barnes blocked Alexakou. Coach Persico is now asking what the conversation is about. I think they're just looking for clarification, and now they're looking to make sure they're not serving out of order here as well. DeMalo will serve. I think Coach Persico is really just making sure she has everything in the right order here, I believe. And instead, we'll take a timeout. So after Villanova takes a timeout, St. John's will, and so will we. 20-16, St. John's leads. Villanova leads by 1-0 here in Villanova, Pennsylvania on the Big East Digital Network.
Big cities. Big names. Big legacies. Big sisters and brothers. Big ideas. Big expectations. Big stage. Big results. That's the Big East way.
To 16 in the second set. Sean St. Jacques, Megan Caffrey back here with you. The buzzer went off after, or actually as Erica DeMalo was trying to serve here, so she will reserve. Johnnies have a 20-16 lead in the second set. Villanova won the first set, 25-22, and they get a big point there. The senior, Remy Fairchild, with the kill, and it's 20-17 at St. John's.
After back-to-back timeouts, both these teams have had a little bit of time to themselves to just calm down. It's been a highly emotional set here, and now just reassess things and try and get some sort of swing going.
Sambia digs that one out. Alexakou, not to be denied that time. 21-17 at St. John's.
Alexakou playing with a little bit more fire in her. When there was a little bit of confusion about who was serving there, she had a lot of anger with having to go back into the lineup. So now she's playing with a little bit more feist now.
Decker saved that off the net. Fairchild kept it alive. That's Lowe digging that out. Decker for Fairchild, kept alive by Howling. The fight for it at the net, it's still alive. Fairchild to Lowe will reset. The set, and Lowe couldn't quite get there. Big kill for St. John's. And it was Gatharios who was able to finish that off for St. John's. Another timeout here, 22-17 St. John's. Here in the second set, both teams trying to reset again after St. John's gained some momentum, then Villanova out of the timeout got a big point, but St. John's is trying to finish this set strong and knot it up at a set apiece. You see there, Coach Persico. Again, this is a battle for the third spot in the Big East tournament. All the four teams, the field I should say, is set. Creighton and Marquette know that they're the top two seeds, and then who will come next? Will be St. John's Villanova or the other way around? Villanova St. John's is the 3 and the 4 seed in the Big East tournament. There you see the Viking helmets out. Sanowski's contingent. Boy, that'd be, there's one there on the bench.
Let's
right
get
there.
that one down here.
I was gonna say. I think that might fit my big noggin.
I was gonna say, did you rock a Vikings hat?
Oh yeah. I don't know if I'd be able to pull it off, but I'd rock it.
You could put it right over our headsets that we have on here. That would be a look.
That's
that
right.
would be a look.
Well, Efrosini Alexikou serves for St. John's. She's been the difference maker in this second set. Team leader in kills with over 400 this season and an ace that time. Second in the Big East in kills as well, and she's able to find the space. Bit of a miscue there from Villanova, and St. John's is 2 points away from taking the set. And yeah, that was low that time. Could not quite straighten that one out. Alexikou. Low gets it this time. Fairchild finessing it over the top. Mikhailova dug out that time. Fairchild, great dig by Alexikou that time. Mikhailova is blocked. Howling, able to reach highest to get it. She's been quiet since the opening parts of the first set. That's a big point, though, for Villanova. 23-18 St. John's. Oh, a service error, though, from Villanova. And St. John's has set point. Shina Yoshioka, the Honolulu, Hawaii native, will serve for the set. Decker. Potts just touched it over the top. It's kept alive by Mikhailova. It wouldn't get back over the net. St. John's runs out of hits, and Villanova saves his set point. It's 24-19. Reagan Lowe will serve for the Wildcats. Mikhailova. Tapped over on the far side, not quite. There's the set winner right there. Really strong on the far side, and Rastelli has the kill that takes the second set for the Red Storm. Another look at it here. She's had a solid set for the Red Storm, finishes it off strong. St. John's, after dropping their first set since early November, responds, and they take the second set 25-19. We'll take a break here. The third set is coming up in just a few minutes here on the Big East Digital Network. Villanova and St. John's in the battle for third in the Big East regular season, tied at a set apiece.
When my time came to stop coaching, I was very fortunate that I didn't have to go cold turkey. I was able to start the Big East Conference, and we came across the sky like a meteor.
One recruiting year that they had that really turned everything around was the Ewan Mullen Pinckney recruiting year. It changed the face of Eastern basketball probably forever.
We just believed in ourselves and a lot of hard work on everybody's part.
Every March, Madison Square Garden is home to everything that is college basketball.
Put on your red shoes and dance the blues.
What? How's the weather? Yeah. It's snowing out. It's a blizzard, but we ain't gonna stop.
were questions early on about whether the Big East could withstand the test of reconfiguration. And I think if you were here, we've done that and more.
It's a monster league now. Last man standing, bring the flag. Tough to coach in, but great for spectators and great to play in. The march of the Big East goes on.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
What is a Villanovan in 30 seconds? Well, Villanovans aim high. Top 50 National University high. We think fast and stay connected. V's up. Villanovans think deeply, push boundaries, and go, go, go! Still with me? We climb corporate ladders and these ladders. This campus is our home, but you can find us almost anywhere. Villanovans have big hearts and solve even bigger problems, and we celebrate together. Ignite change, go Nova.
Big cities. Big names. Big legacies. Big sisters and brothers. Big ideas. Big expectations. Big stage. Big results. That's the Big East way.
A centerpiece between Villanova and St. John's on Senior Day from Villanova, Pennsylvania on the Big East Digital Network. Sean St. Jacques, Megan Caffrey back here with you. Third set about to get underway, and there was a big stat that really kind of summed up the first couple of sets.
Exactly, Sean. It's the hitting percentage for St. John's. It was kind of like night and day between set 1 and set 2 for the Red Storm. They were hitting 15% in the first, and then they bumped it up to 36, just under 37% in the second, a little bit more what the Red Storm is used to in that second set.
And Alexa Koo, our player to watch for St. John's, really came to life at that second set. Did have 6 kills in each set, but 7 digs on top of that as well. And number 6 in red has been everywhere for the Red Storm. And for Sini Alexa Koo, just feels like she's about to take over this game like she has so many other times this season. But we've seen some great stuff from Mallory Potts and Remy Fairchild as well for Villanova, especially in that opening set. And now a big third set here. Alexa Koo gets the third set underway. Barnes, who's been strong, but she's too strong on that kill attempt. It is an error, and it is a point for the Red Storm to start off the third set. And Coach Joanne Persico, she seemed really calm during the timeout after being at least visibly frustrated after the first set, but they like to think it's business as usual. But Barnes's attempt was rejected but out of play. And it's one apiece in the third set. This feels like a bigger set for Villanova after dropping the last set, don't you think?
Yeah, Villanova wants to get back into the swing of things, get that momentum. And, you know, they didn't really have any runs in that second set, and I think that's what set apart set 1 versus set 2 for the Wildcats.
Snabia dug that out really well. Mikalova, a ton behind that. And St. John's takes an early 2-1 lead in this third set. Hannah Wagner just checked in, front line for St. John's, number 8 in red, the senior from Germany. Meanwhile, Yoshioka serves, almost got an ace there. Lowe dug that out. Fairchild. How good has she been today for the Wildcats? She has another kill. 2 apiece in this third set. Well, you like to see your seniors step up on Senior Day, and Remy Fairchild, the senior outside hitter from South Lake, Texas, has been running ride in this game so far. She gets a nice dig there, but can they keep it alive? Decker does. It's over the net from Lowe. That's out of play. Point for Villanova. Bit of a miscue there from Rastelli. And the Wildcats have a 3-2 lead in the third set. And that just curled right out of play. Alexikou dug that out. Mikalova off the deflection. Low dives, but can't save it. And St. John's ties it at 3 in the third set. Well, if it's been anything like the first two sets, specifically the early stages of that second set, the back and forth will continue between these two. As Bomrakova will come in to serve. A junior from Prague in the Czech Republic. Transfer from Miami-Dade College. Crowd here inside the Jake Nevin Fieldhouse, trying to help out their Wildcats. Potts touches it over the top. Mikalova with the dig. Potts back over. Sanabria digs it out. Mikalova. That was dug out. That was kept alive as Howling tried to find the space. And a miscue over the net. Point for Villanova, and they regain the set 3 lead, 4-3.
It's those miscues, like we said, Sean, that are gonna just those nitpicky little things that you really want to clean up in these sets to make sure it doesn't get away from you.
Looked like she had a little more time than she thought, I think, and if whatever I said makes sense there, she just made the mistake and could not quite get it where she wanted to. She tries again, and is pinpoint the second try. Kaylee Wood with the kill for St. John's, and they've tied it here in the third set. Same technique, I think just size it up a little bit better that second time.
Tried it the first time, figured out the spot that it wasn't supposed to go to, and then figured it out second time.
Potts, how good has she been today? And all season for Villanova. Big kill for Villanova, 5-4 as Barnes checks back in. Sometimes she just makes it look easy.
And the exciting thing about her is that Potts is only a junior, so as much as Coach Steinbach is going to miss this senior class who is so talented and has been so successful for him on the court, he's got some excitement of the seniors that are coming up next season. Oh, it's going to be a kill for Wood. Maybe not. What a save by Barnes. But they couldn't save it the second time. Wow. How she even got to that. She had to slide through some of her teammates to get to it. Couldn't quite keep it alive the second try. That looked like it was destined to be a kill for Haley Wood. What an effort by Villanova to keep this alive. It was low, and then Barnes the second time, but tapped back over, and Barnes just miscued it into a teammate, Decker. Sanowski over the net. Wood. Again, Villanova trying to keep that alive. Oh, it hit the top of the backboard that's retracted inside the Jake Nevin Fieldhouse. And Fairchild and Lowe almost pulled another rabbit out of the hat. Oh.
That's where it hit, right off the bottom of the backboard. Goodness.
We need these ceilings even higher. Get those backboards up higher.
Oh, Villanova just not being repaid for the amazing effort at 6'5" St. John's. Oh, what a dig out by Sanabria, but it's too strong. Point for Villanova, 6 apiece. And Morse will come in to serve for the Wildcats. 6-6 in set number 3. Oh, what a dig, but it went right back into the net. And Alexikou, business as usual, 7-6 Johnnies.
I mean, what power does she have on that arm?
And the timing as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just buried it. It was so low that even Lowe couldn't get to it on this near side. Couldn't straighten it out. She digs that one out, though. Sanowski is rejected. It's out of play. Point for Villanova, and it's been an early back and forth again in this third set. 7 apiece. Olsenowski will serve now for the Wildcats. Boy, the competition in this game has been off the charts, but a service error for Olsenowski, those fine margins we talked about. And that's a point for St. John's. 8-7 in a third set. That will give whoever wins it the advantage in the fourth.
You want Sunday entertainment? We have you covered here on the Big East Digital Network.
Good set to Barnes. Oh, I think she might have gotten rejected there. Fairchild sends it over the top. Oh, it's a firebolt on the near side. Rastelli holds nothing back. 9-7 Red Storm on top in the third set. 6 kills now for Rastelli as the sun is starting to poke through here inside the Jake Nevin Fieldhouse. That was Howling. Mikalova, great dig out. Almost went over the way back over the net, and it hits the net and falls for a St. John's point. And they start to feel like they're in control. It's 10-7 in this third set. Good timeout, it feels like, for Villanova to try to reset things here in set 3. We're tied to the set apiece. St. John's with the advantage in set 3 here on the Big East Digital Network.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
At St. John's University, our students believe, serve, explore, and achieve. A Catholic, Vincentian, metropolitan, and global university, we are at the heart of where lives are enriched. We provide a transformative education that goes far beyond the classroom. We aspire to do more. And for nearly 150 years, the St. John's story has been the story of New York City. We are New York's team. We are St. John's.
Tied to the set apiece, St. John's and Villanova. You're on the Big East Digital Network. Sean St. Jacques alongside my partner Megan Caffrey. 10-7 Johnnies have the advantage in this third set. Alexikou serves. Taps almost back over. Yes, it does go over. That feels like a big point for Villanova. Howling was the one to get it over the top, using her length to stretch it over. And yeah, she taps it over the top to give Villanova the point. 10-8 now. And the Wildcats will serve. Down a couple of points. Sarah Ullman, the junior, will serve. What's a nice serve. Venomous over the top. Kept alive. Rastelli pokes it over. Decker for Fairchild. Good dig out by Alexikou. Mikalova, too much on it. And Villanova has gotten 2 of the points back since the timeout, and it's 10-9.
2 critical points for the Wildcats, Sean. They want to get this momentum back, swinging in their direction, something that they weren't able to do in set 2.
Ullman will serve. Oh, it was a miscue there. Kept alive, though. It was a double hit. So St. John's had to get that back over the net, and they did. Howling's rejected, but it's a point for Villanova. It went out of play. Well, you never know when that kind of thing can happen. It was a double hit. This is the tail end of it, but Alexikou had it hit right off of her cheek, it looked like. But St. John's gets the point back on a service error by Ullman, and it's 11-10 St. John's. Just when Villanova looked like they could have taken the lead there, St. John's gets it back on a service error. That's the 8th service error of the match for Villanova. St. John's will serve. Dug out by Morse, tapped right back over the top by Wagner. And St. John's has a 2-point lead in set 3. Wagner hasn't had too many chances yet, but when she's gotten them, she has taken advantage of them for St. John's. Lowe digs that out. Miscommunication, but it's to Fairchild. Alexikou, the setup. Mikalova, you can't give her that kind of space. And Coach Persico's got her arms up saying, that's what I'm looking for. And St. John's has got their 3-point lead back.
Lowe diving to try and save that one, but unfortunately just a little too far out of reach for her. But she has been all over the court, not afraid to put her body and sacrifice her body for a point.
Fairchild. It's wide. Point for St. John's. Missed opportunity, you feel there for Remy Fairchild. She had a lot of space. And that is, just out of play. And the Red Storm have a 4-point lead in the third set, 14-10. Fairchild digs out the initial serve. Howling gets a point back for Villanova. 14-11 St. John's as Potts will come back in for the Cats. Fairchild will serve for Villanova, trying to come back again from another 3-point deficit, but it's just been built up to 4. Rostelli. Ton of power behind that, and she will serve 15-11 Red Storm, and actually she will check out, it looks like, for St. John's. So instead, Bomrakova will come in and serve. Oh, it's a venomous serve. Dipped down quickly, but kept alive for Howling. Big point for Villanova. They're back within 3. Boy, when she gets going, she is tough to stop on that Villanova front line. Lowe will serve. Mikalova is blocked. Olsenowski with the rejection.
The Wildcats fighting their way back. They are not out of this set quite yet.
St. John's will take a timeout after the block from Olsenowski. It's now just a 2-point game in the third set here on the Big East Digital Network.
What is a Villanovan in 30 seconds? Well, Villanovans aim high. Top 50 National University high. We think fast and stay connected. V's up. Villanovans think deeply, push boundaries, and go, go, go! Still with me? We climb corporate ladders and these ladders. This campus is our home, but you can find us almost anywhere. Villanovans have big hearts and solve even bigger problems, and we celebrate together. Ignite change, go Nova.
Big cities. Big names. Big legacies. Big sisters and brothers. Big ideas. Big expectations. Big stage.
St. John's and Villanova locked in a tight battle here on Senior Day at the Jake Nevin Fieldhouse on the campus of Villanova University. 15-13 St. John's in this third set. It is tied at 1 apiece on sets. Chance for a big block there. It was kept alive. St. John's keeps the rally going. Olsenowski blocked that time. Fairchild keeps alive for Potts. Now St. John's can reset. Mikalova gets the kill. 16-13 St. John's. And that is a big momentum stopper right there as the Red Storm reestablish a 3-point lead. They've led by as many as 5 in this third set, but Villanova is not going anywhere. Villanova serves. Olsenowski, she gets it to go. Not sure if it went through or over the top of Hannah Wagner, but it finds the hardwood. And Villanova gets a vital point back. It actually hit off of Alexikou. And it's a point for Villanova, but Alexikou gets it right back, right on cue, and St. John's leads 17-14 in this vital third set. Lovely setup, and Alexikou is not going to miss from there.
Straight through Barnes and Olsnowski on that one.
Sanabia will serve. Almost hit right back into the net. Potts was, I think, blocked initially. Alexikou. Great dig by Fairchild. Can they keep it in play? Barnes does. St. John's are saying that was out of play. Play continues. They get the kill anyway. In the end, finished off by Kaylee Wood, who since that initial attacking error has been really good for St. John's. She finishes it off there. Sanabia is dug out by Fairchild. Potts. Anytime she's gotten a piece, it seems like it's found the hardwood for Villanova today. She has been, again, one of the bright spots for the Wildcats.
The Wildcats bench definitely perking up after that point.
Can they keep on coming here? Oh, that's a big one for St. John's. No, it's Villanova's point. Problem at the net, I think. 18-16 Red Storm. Oh, maybe that was touched before, or rather after it went over the net and then came back. That might have been the call. Regardless, St. John's gets the point back on the next rally. 19-16. Red Storm trying to close in on this third set. Well, any momentum that Villanova could have gotten from that was extinguished immediately by the Red Storm. That's dug out. Blocked at the net that time. Barnes flies in, tips it over the top, but it's dug out. Alexikou with a screamer over the top for another point for the Red Storm. 20-16 St. John's, 15 kills for Alexikou.
I mean, the question that you have to have if you're Villanova is how do you stop Alexikou? She is just on fire right now.
That's her latest, finding that corner on the near side. St. John's leads 20-16 in this third set. Sean St. Jacques, Megan Caffrey here with you on the campus of Villanova University. Just resetting things for you. Villanova won the first set. St. John's convincingly won the second set. And here we are in set three, a potential difference maker kind of set. It's been back and forth, but it's been St. John's who have been trying to fend off Villanova runs in this third set. And it has been a couple of things that have been dictating the game. Service errors have been pretty crucial at times. Villanova has 8 of them in the match so far, despite 18 attacking errors for the Red Storm. But when they've needed points, they've gotten them. And anytime Villanova's got on a run in this third set, St. John's has had an answer. St. John's serves here. Malu serves. Fairchild with a smasher over the top. 20-17 Red Storm, an emphatic one.
And what I can't get enough of are her celebrations on that. She just shows her excitement after getting a huge point. I love it.
You could see there, Villanova knows how crucial it could be. Again, they're trying to get a run going here. But Alexikou responds. It was blocked out of bounds. She's been the one for St. John's. Anytime Villanova has gone on a bit of a run or gotten a point back, she has been there every time, it feels like, for St. John's to respond. For Coach Persico's squad trying to win 7 in a row to finish the regular season. That was dug out. Fairchild is blocked. Lowe kept that alive. It's sent over the top by Howling. Howling at the net with Fairchild to help. Back for Fairchild. Alexikou digs that out. Nikolova It's too strong. Out of play. Villanova gets a point, and they're back within 3 again. Allman will serve. It now comes down to, can Villanova get over the top? In this third set, they've been fighting like crazy just to stay in it. Initial serve is dug out. Mikolova. Pinpoint for the Red Storm. 22-18. 14-6 for St. John's. They've just been off the charts today, haven't they?
They really haven't, Sean. You can't deny it. A large part of that is because of Alexikou.
She's been setting it up and smacking it down for the Red Storm. Howland got blocked at the net. Fairchild almost found the space. Alexikou digs it out for Mikolova, but it hits the net. And Villanova gets the point back. 22-19 in this third set, with it tied at a set apiece.
Back in for Nova on this is Mallory Potts, so they're going to probably be looking to get her involved here.
Fairchild served, and that is in. It's a kill for Hannah Wagner, the German senior for the Red Storm. Again, hasn't had too many chances at the front of the net today, but when she's gotten them, she's taken advantage and able to use her space extremely well that time to find a point, as there's a stoppage here. As it stands, it's 23-19 St. John's. I think St. John's was just making a substitution there. So a couple of changes for the Red Storm. Wood is back in. And Bomrukova will serve. Bomrukova serves. Mallory Potts just keeps on firing for the Wildcats. Villanova keeps staying within touching distance, but St. John's is 2 points away from winning the set. Low serves. Goes right back over the net for Potts again. It's a 2-point game in the third set. Right place, right time, timeout Johnnies. We'll take a break. Villanova's trying to climb back into the third set. It's a set apiece here on the campus of Villanova University. You're watching Big East Volleyball on the Big East Digital Network.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
Sean St. Jacques, Megan Caffrey back here with you. Hope you're enjoying this one as much as we are. This has been a fun match on Senior Day here at Villanova. Final game of the regular season for these two. The winner gets the 3 seed in the Big East tournament. What a sequence for the Wildcats after St. John's went on such a big run there. They've been trying to fend off rallies from Villanova over the last couple of sets, but Fairchild and Potts have been keeping Villanova around in this third set.
And for St. John's, it's Alexikou. What can't she do, Sean?
What a game she's had. What a season she's had for the Red Storm. Back underway in the third. Lowe keeps that alive. Potts has to get that over, and she does. Alexikou sets it up. Mikolova, what a bright spot she's been. Another player that's been having a great season for the Red Storm, and now St. John's has a chance at set point in the third. They lead 24-21. Big serve upcoming here. Villanova's crowd trying to rally them here. Fairchild with the dig. Potts, when they need it, saves a set point for Villanova. Now to look at it here. 3 straight Nova kills have been from Mallory Potts, their kills leader.
Set up perfectly for her there, Sean.
Now Villanova serving to stay in the set. Dug out by Mikolova. Wood could finish it, but Fairchild digs it out. Tipped over, kept alive, just barely. Potts, dug out again by Mikulova. Back to Mikulova, into the net! Villanova's back within one. 2 points saved in a row for the Wildcats, and it was blocked at the net. Olsenowski has been crucial for Villanova here. Emma Decker, the senior, will serve for the Wildcats. Almost tapped right back over, but it was dug out by Lowe. Potts again, dug out. Sanabia. Far side, into the net again! Villanova will not go down quietly in this third set. We are tied. What a rally!
The Vikings really excited up there.
Olsenowski has been a big part of it. Villanova serving for the lead here. Fairchild. Olsenowski, diving save by Sanabia. Alexaku, kept alive. Lowe gets it over. The set, Alexaku. It's a pile driver. And St. John's has set point again. What a third set this has been. Villanova was down by as many as 5 points in the third. They're back within one. They have to try to save another set point here. They've already saved 2 of them in this set. And Nova Nation is making themselves heard. Over it comes. Lowe digs it out. Far side. Just kept alive. Mikulova dug that one out from Potts. St. John's has to get it back over the net. It's set up right down the middle. Olsenowski again. Tied again, 25 apiece. She's been as sharp as those Viking horns. And now Villanova serving again for the lead. Over it comes from Morse. Alexaku. Oh, it's too strong, I think. No, St. John's gets the kill. It hit the line judge on the near side, who, to be fair to St. John's, stands out of bounds normally. Villanova fans are saying that that landed in play first. It is St. John's point, and now they are serving for the set. So tough to tell from our vantage point. Play continues. Olsenowski, well, with her, it doesn't matter. We're tied again. 26 all in the third set. Villanova is not saying die in the third.
And you want drama? We have it here for you today at Jake Nevin Fieldhouse.
Over the net it comes again. Oh, was tapped over. Fairchild with a crucial touch. Villanova has to get that over the net, and they do. Alexaku. Pinpoint power. And St. John's has a chance to wrestle the third away here from Villanova. She's been doing it all game for the Johnnies. When they need it most, she finds a way. And now she's serving for the set. Villanova's crowd does not want this one to go. Fairchild. Right back to her. It's dug out, miscommunication. The Johnnies keep it alive for Alexaku, who over the net it goes. Fairchild! Villanova ties it again. Another set point saved for the Wildcats. Remy Fairchild, the senior. Served over the top. That was Kathleen Johnson again, keeps it alive. It's there! Sophia Howling. Villanova has their first lead of the set, and they're serving for the set. Kathleen Johnson trying to complete the set 3 comeback. Dug out initially. Mikulova over the top. Johnson keeps it alive. Fairchild over the top. Settle, too close to the net. Villanova wins the set. They kept on coming, and they take the third set. 29-27, and on senior day, Villanova leads 2-1. What a comeback, what a rally. Villanova tries to win it when we come back in set number 4.
One of the positives about the sports business in the last couple of years, and in recent years in particular, has been the growing interest in seeing our industry become a more diverse and inclusive place.
I find it important for us to amplify the voices of those who have not traditionally had a seat at the table. As a Black African woman, my various social identities are always at the forefront of my daily interactions, from my first name, my culture, to where I'm from. So for me, diversity is about us celebrating our uniqueness as a society.
A lot of what happens in terms of diversifying workforce in the college world happens at the campus level. That's really where the core hiring takes place. The schools are responsible for hiring their directors of athletics, their staffs, their coaches. And so the conference is really a step away from that activity, but I think conferences can and should set a tone. And so in the Big East, we have tried to make diversity and inclusion a conference strategic priority. We have, for example, within our conference SAC group, designated a diversity and inclusion officer. D&I has become an important topic of discussion at SAC meetings. And our D&I officer is now included into the conference-wide diversity and inclusion working group that we've created.
I currently serve as the conference's Student Athlete Advisory Committee's Diversity and Inclusion Officer. This position is charged with ensuring that the conference carries out its commitment to inclusion for all. And I assist the conference staff in creating opportunities for student athletes from different backgrounds to come together to share and exchange ideas. I also work closely with the Big East Diversity and Inclusion Working Group.
You know, when I think about diversity, I think about the fact that diversity is a fact. When we think about inclusion, we think about inclusion being a choice. And I think if we can succeed in anything at the Big East is to impress upon everyone how inclusion isn't just a choice but a responsibility.
The Big East is committed to continuing the development of programs and initiatives that support diverse and inclusive environments for our student athletes, coaches, staff, and communities.
What a third set. Sean St. Jacques, Megan Caffrey back here with you. We are at the Jake Nevin Fieldhouse, Megan, and Villanova down by as many as 5 in that third set. Saved 5 set points, and they turn it around.
And I think the biggest takeaway from that is, Sean, something that we said at the very beginning of the first set is that these two teams want to play as clean as they can. It's going to be those little nuances, those little mistakes that really get them in. For St. John's here, that final point that Villanova was able to get, there's some miscommunication on the Red Storm side of things.
St. John's had a huge opportunity to take the lead. And remember, this is a team that coming in hadn't dropped a set in almost a month. And now they're down and up against it, down 2-1. You know, Coach Orsico told us for St. John's before the game, you know, yeah, they're red hot, but road games in the Big East always tend to be tricky. And we talked about that earlier. Well, it's been more than that for St. John's. Villanova would not let that third set go. They got the reward from their amazing effort, and they have a chance to win the match here in set 4.
A preview of the type of volleyball we're going to be seeing just a little bit less than a week from now. Right after Thanksgiving.
An ace to start the fourth set for Anna Morse, the sophomore from Tempe, Arizona. Are you kidding? Pinpoint. She serves again, but gives it right back. Wow, right into the net. And it's one apiece. Well, we've talked about it. Service errors and hitting percentage feel like the two biggest turning points for stats in this one. Whoever team has had the fewer errors, I should say, and whoever's hit the best has just been that team. And Olsanowski has been huge for Villanova in this one. 2-1 Wildcats in the fourth.
And talking with Coach Steinbach about Olsanowski, he said that she is just one of the leaders on the team. She's one of the seniors on this team, very vocal. And he said, especially when you're in situations where you are down, she's not afraid to tell her teammates what needs to be done and give them a little tough love from time to time.
Well, she's been going and really being a leader by example so far. That's a point for the Red Storm. And it's 2 apiece in the fourth set. This has been the kind of the tale so far early on in the sets. It's been back and forth. Again, St. John's in that third set did build up that big lead, but then it was Villanova making run after run to stay in it. And yeah, we talked about if they were going to get over the top. They did, and now they lead in the fourth. Fairchild. That's in. That's a kill for Remy Fairchild. 3-2 in this fourth set. Remy Fairchild, one of 3 Wildcats with double-digit kills, along with Potts and Olsanowski. But a service error gives the point back to St. John's, 3 apiece in set 4. Remember, the winner will get the 3rd seed in the Big East tournament, and whoever loses this incredible match will be with the fourth seed, in the Big East tournament. Sent over the top by Howling. Mikalova dug that out. Alexikou was blocked, but it's still in play. Fairchild taps it over the top, dug out. Wood, that's going to go way out of here. Off the top of the stage facade behind the left side of the court. And it's 4-3 St. John's. Well, St. John's, at least recently, hasn't been in too many of these positions when they've been trailing. Interested to see how they respond. That one right back over the net and tapped home. Well, with Alexikou on your side, you've always got a shot. 5-3 Johnnies. Mikalova serves. Howling! How good was that? Power and precision from Sophia Howling. And it's 5-4. Another look at it here. Nobody there for St. John's. And she gets the kill. Good serve from Fairchild. And it's Wood again on the far side. She had a miscue earlier, but since then, she has been fantastic for the Red Storm. Has gotten a couple of big kills for St. John's, especially in that third set, but able to get one again here for the Red Storm. 6-4 St. John's, and they serve. Close to the net. Decker sets it up for Howling. It was deflected. At the net again. It's Wood again. It's down again. It's a kill again for Haley Wood. 7-4 Red Storm. And now all of a sudden, she's been the hot hand. Sanabia serves. She starts way out there to dip down sharply. Potts dug out by Alexikou. Right back to her. It's rejected. Emma Decker sends it back. And it's 7-5. Another look at it here. Alexikou hasn't been blocked too many times in this match. But her shot gets sent back. Wood dug out of there. Olsanowski, Sanabia was able to get a touch to it. Alexikou with some force behind it. Decker doesn't score it. Villanova appealing. They thought there was a touch on it. It is deemed to be out of play. Another look at it here. Ooh, might have been. It was Wood, if anybody, but I don't think it changed directions. And I think that's why the point was given to St. John's. It's 8-5. Potts wound up. Point for Villanova. 8-6 in the fourth set. Kathleen Johnson back in. She was our player to watch for Villanova. Hasn't been much of a factor in the first couple of sets because he hasn't been in there that much. But the last couple, she's been integrated back in there, and it's made a difference for Villanova. She almost got a piece there, but Alexaku finishes it off for the Johnnies. 9-6. St. John's with the lead. It was Olsenowski in there as well, along with Johnson. Could not quite get it back over the top. Alexaku. Fairchild with the initial dig. Johnson gets the kill. Her first kill on her first attempt. And what could she bring down the stretch for Villanova? Maybe that last extra boost they're looking for to finish the job. Morse will serve. Blocked initially. Johnson and Olsenowski were in there. And that one is too far. Rastelli put too much on it, and Villanova's back within a point. Coach Steinbach just has been hopping around on that sideline, happy with where his team is at. St. John's response, though, Mikalova was deflected. And that's a big kill for St. John's. They're back up 10-8 in the fourth. Ooh, it hit the net as well, actually. And that helped out the Johnnies that time.
And Decker just getting a piece of that on that one as well.
Served over the top. Decker, Olsenowski. Is set up by Yashioka, and it's blocked back down. I think that was Johnson who sent it back over the top, and it's 10-9. Olsenowski, it was actually her again. Olsenowski was there again, along with Johnson. Boy, in front of her family and friends, Olsenowski has been phenomenal. Far side. Oh, that's powerful. Rastelli. How good has she been? In spurts for St. John's, she has been big for the Red Storm on that far side for the most part when the teams have been on this side of the court. And St. John's, again, it's been similar to the third set so far. St. John's has taken the lead and trying to continue to build on it. Can they get this fourth set under their belt? They need it to force a winner-take-all fifth set. Johnson was set up for, blocked back over the top. Johnson again. Good dig out to keep that alive for St. John's. It's Wood. She's blocked, but St. John's keeps it alive. Johnson a third time. Too strong. Third time, not the charm for Kathleen Johnson. 12-9 St. John's, their largest lead of the set. Coach Joanne Persico, St. John's head coach, told us this was going to be a tough one today. Can they force a fifth set? Remy Fairchild with the kill. Villanova back within two. And Sarah Ullman will come in to serve. Here's another look at that Remy Fairchild kill, blocked out of play by Hannah Wagner. Ullman serves. Near side, Mikalova is blocked, but it's out of play. Point for St. John's, 13-10. Howling, what a dig out by Mikulova to keep that alive. Blasted over the top, high into the air. Low does well to keep that down. And it's there from Remy Fairchild. 13-11. Potts comes back in for Villanova. Remy Fairchild has been the best senior on senior day so far. And that's saying a lot with how many have stepped up today on senior day for the Wildcats. Alexikou trying to get back going for St. John's. Howling, she knew it too. She placed it perfectly, and Villanova's back within one again.
How about Howling? She's able to, on so many of her kills, just place it just inside, so it makes it really hard to defend.
13-12, St. John's leads, but Villanova's coming in the fourth. Villanova trying to win it in the fourth set. St. John's trying to force a decisive fifth on the Big East Digital Network.
Big cities. Big names. Big legacies. Big sisters and brothers. Big ideas. Big expectations. Big stage. Big results. That's the Big East way.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
Villanova leads 2-1 on senior day against St. John's. The Johnnies lead 13-12 in the fourth set. Potts tips it over the top. Alexikou was able to dig that out for St. John's. Decker right back over the top. Villanova ties it in the fourth, 13-all. Fairchild will serve again. This group of seniors, Decker and Fairchild have been leading them. Olsenowski's been great as well. This has been Reagan Lowe. That's tipped over, but it's St. John's studs that are keeping them alive right now as Alexikou continues her strong performance to give St. John's the lead in the fourth.
And she just tapped that one over there, placed it perfectly inside the line.
Mentioned it earlier, her touch is just as impressive around the net as is her power when she goes for the kill. And speaking of power, Mallory Potts with a fearsome hit over the top, but it was dug out by the Red Storm. Potts tries again, but it's out. Point St. John's, they're back up by 2, 15-13 in the fourth. Another look at that rally. I think Mallory Potts thought she had it, but it was just a smidge wide on that far line. Decker for Howling. What a dig out by Sanabia. She had barely any time to react. And Alexikou almost got that to go, but it was dug out by Lowe, the senior. Alexikou again. Boy, she is single-handedly carrying St. John's right now. 16-13, and the Red Storm have reestablished a 3-point lead. She has 23 kills for the Red Storm. Villanova takes a timeout.
Well, Sean, she was last season's Big East Freshman of the Year. She led the team in kills last year as a freshman, so she came in, didn't really have any sort of adjustment period, it seemed, came off to a hot start for the Red Storm right from it, and has made even more leaps and bounds her sophomore season, if you could even believe that.
Alexikou, as you can imagine, has a double-double, 23 kills, 12 digs. Sanabia has 10 assists and 17 digs. Mikulova, 16 kills, 17 digs for the Red Storm. Mallory Potts has 13 kills to lead Villanova. Remy Fairchild on her senior day, 12 kills, 12 digs, a double-double for Villanova. It's been the studs for St. John's, but it's been the seniors for Villanova.
And what more more could you ask for if you're the Wildcats? You want to come out here, senior day, like we've mentioned it before. Come out here, have a great showing your senior day. The crowd is so incredibly into it. And like we mentioned, yes, both of these teams, they're in the tournament, but you want to play to get the best possible seed that you can to position yourself in the best possible scenario going into the Big East tournament on Friday.
Trying to see where they'll be seated, and of course, Marquette and Creighton await in the Big East volleyball tournament. St. John's will serve, leading by 3 in this 4th set. Mallory Potts, it's too far. No, they say it's there. Villanova gets the point. Well, Coach Persico's asking the question there. We'll take a look. Potts went up. Oh, it might have taken a deflection. I think that was the call on the court. I think Coach Persico was asking who it hit off of for St. John's. Oh, Villanova runs out of time there. Well, really, they ran out of hits. 4 hits to get it over. They did not quite get it done that time. 17-14 St. John's. But it's been more of display. The extra effort from both teams, specifically Villanova, the last couple of sets, has been phenomenal. And players for both teams have been diving everywhere these last 2 sets. It's been quite remarkable. Decker for Potts. Finesse that time over the top. Ostelli, she's blocked. Villanova gets the point. Ali Olsenowski was there again, and it's a 2-point game. Potts leaped as well, but it was Olsenowski. My goodness. Another timeout. St. John's is clinging to a 2-point lead. Villanova can win it in the 4th. St. John's trying to advance it to a 5th on senior day from Villanova, Pennsylvania. Megan Caffrey back here with you. Set 4 between the Wildcats and the Red Storm. St. John's leads, but Villanova leads 2-1. Of course, these 2 teams will be in the Big East volleyball tournament. Championship semifinals and final November 29th and the 30th. It'll be at the Al McGuire Center. Great venue in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Go to bigeast.com/VB tickets or call the Marquette University ticket office to get your tickets to what should be a very fun Big East tournament. Villanova gets the point out of the timeout, and they're back within 1, 17-16 in the 4th set.
Sean, I was at the tournament last season, and what an event that the Big East puts on out there in Milwaukee. It is so much fun. The holiday cheer is going on. It's right after Thanksgiving, and if you're not able to go out there, get your leftovers and tune in and watch it on Friday.
No question about that, as this is a service error from Emma Decker. St. John's reestablishes a 2-point lead, 18-16. Johnson took a deflection. Mikulova finds the space for the Red Storm. 19-16, St. John's in the 4th. This feels like a make-or-break moment in the match, doesn't it?
It's moments like these, I think, Sean, when you really find out what your team is made for, that grittiness that we talk about so often. It's how do you fight back in moments like these?
Olsenowski, oh, she was blocked at the net, tipped back over, kept alive. Decker for Potts. Point for St. John's. 4-point lead here in the 4th set, 20-16. That could be a critical point in this set, and I think Coach Steinbach realizes that and calls a timeout. So it's 20-16 in the 4th. Can St. John's finish it off this time? Villanova trying to fight back in the 4th, up 2-1 on the Big East Digital Network.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
I felt like I was going to spend my whole adult life paying this off.
Thanks to SoFi, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
As of 12 p.m. today, I am debt-free.
We have no debt, we don't owe anybody anything, and it's fantastic.
My parents never taught me anything about managing money.
The amount of student loan debt I have, I'm embarrassed to even say.
We just decided we didn't want debt any longer.
I didn't realize how easy investing could be.
I'm picking companies that I believe in.
I think SoFi Money is amazing.
Thank you, SoFi.
SoFi, thank you. We love you.
Great crowd here inside the Jake Nevin Fieldhouse. Sean St. Jacques, Megan Caffrey back here with you. Villanova on Senior Day leads 2-1. But it's St. John's who leads in the set. St. John's thought they got the point there, did not take a deflection, and it's a point for Villanova. It only hit the tip of the net, I believe. So the point is given to Villanova instead. It's 20-17. St. John's with the lead, but Villanova will serve. Over the top it goes. Alexikou digs it out. Blocked! Villanova get another point back. Fairchild leaped highest, descended back over. And what do you know it? Villanova is back within 2 again. Alexikou. Mikalova was blocked. Here it comes again. Tips it over the top. Olsenowski's playing one of her best games. Dug out by Alexikou. Mikalova third time. She's rejected. Olsenowski. One-point game again. She can do no wrong. Villanova serves again. Mikalova is blocked again, but it's still alive. Low for Johnson. Villanova have come back again to tie it. Well, this is remarkable. Second straight set that Villanova have come back to tie it by 3, down by 3 or more. Mikalova, great dig out by Lowe, tapped back up. The other side, it's blocked, Lowe digs it out. Right down the middle. Olsenowski kept alive by Alexikou and sent over the top. Another set. Olsenowski is blocked. Lowe sets it up for Johnson. Oh, she mishit it. Well, a rare miscue from Kathleen Johnson. And St. John's gets a vital point back there. 21-20.
Johnson just trying to give it a little less force on there, but unfortunately just mishit it just a little too much.
And that's a big ace for St. John's. Couldn't have come at a better time. And the Red Storm take a 2-point lead yet again. And it was Kathariou who was able to find the space. Ooh, that was close to being out. Villanova kept it alive. Fairchild off a deflection, it's still alive. Tapped up there, and it was spiked down initially by Wagner. Kept alive for Fairchild. Could they get it back over? Still alive, they run out of time and out of hits. 3-point lead for St. John's. What a response by the Red Storm. And now they're 2 points away from winning the set. Well, they were in that spot last set too, to be fair. Olsenowski gets a point back for Villanova. 23-21. This is almost a carbon copy of set 3. Can St. John's finish it off this time? Or can Villanova pull off another comeback in the fourth to win it on Senior Day? Oh, it's a service error. Shiner right into the net. And that is now set point for the Red Storm. And is that a set 4 backbreaker for Villanova? You feel like they needed that one. And St. John's now will serve for the set just like they did a set ago. Can they finish it off and send us to a winner-take-all fifth? Rostelli will serve for the Red Storm. Fairchild, right back to her. Dug out by Alexaku, right at the net, tipped over. Low for Johnson. She's got it! 2-point game in the fourth. Kathleen Johnson. Boy, the crowd is up off their seats inside the Jake Nevin Fieldhouse. They're hoping for another comeback like they saw in the third set. Allman will serve for Villanova. This is a big one. Dug out of there by Rodriguez. Nikolova, it's there. St. John's holds in the fourth. St. John's wins the fourth set, 25-22. Great job by St. John's. They did not let the comeback happen to them a second time. When we come back, the decisive fifth set on the final day of the regular season from Villanova, Pennsylvania on the Big East Digital Network. Don't go anywhere.
At St. John's University, our students believe, serve, explore, and achieve. A Catholic, Vincentian, metropolitan, and global university, we are at the heart of where lives are enriched. We provide a transformative education that goes far beyond the classroom. We aspire to do more. And for nearly 150 years, the St. John's story has been the story of New York City. We are New York's team. We are St. John's.
What is a Villanovan? In 30 seconds? Well, Villanovans aim high. Top 50 National University high. We think fast and stay connected. V's up. Villanovans think deeply, push boundaries, and go, go, go! Still with me? We climb corporate ladders in these ladders. This campus is our home, but you can find us almost anywhere. Villanovans have big hearts and solve even bigger problems, and we celebrate together. Ignite change, go Nova.
Big cities. Big names. Big legacies. Big sisters and brothers. Big ideas. Big expectations. Big stage. Big results. That's the Big East way.
At St. John's University, our students believe, serve, explore, and achieve. A Catholic, Vincentian, metropolitan, and global university, we are at the heart of where lives are enriched. We provide a transformative education that goes far beyond the classroom. We aspire to do more. And for nearly 150 years, the St. John's story has been the story of New York City. We are New York's team. We are St. John's.
Well, the Olszanowskiites are enjoying this one. It's been a fun match here at the Jake Nevin Fieldhouse on the campus of Villanova University. St. John's holds in the fourth, and we are headed to a 1-15 win by 2. Decisive fifth set. Sean St. Jacques, Megan Caffrey. We're taking a look at some of the highlights from this one. And Villanova on senior day, we knew the emotions would be going. How would they channel that? It's been a heck of a match from them. A number of bright spots, including Mallory Potts, Remy Fairchild, Ali Olszanowski has been fantastic as well. On the other side of things, St. John's stars have come to play as well. Efrosini Alexaku has been the leader for the Red Storm, the best player for either team on the court, I think we could argue, but what an effort from both teams on the final day of the regular season. Seeding on the line, but also St. John's trying to finish the season 7 games in a row unbeaten, and Villanova trying to get a senior day win to remember. What a match it's been, and we have a fun fifth set coming up.
Oh, most certainly we do, Sean. And for both of these coaches, Villanova head coach Josh Steinbach and St. John's head coach Jojo Persico, they have so much respect for one another and going up against these programs. And they're both excited with the fact that they are in the Big East tournament, but they are prepping themselves for what is to come here coming up this week.
You never know. They might meet there again. It would take a couple of upsets, but you never know. So we'll have to see what happens down the road. But for now, the winner gets the 3 seed, and the loser of this one will be the 4 seed in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at the beautiful Al McGuire Center. 5th set is underway. St. John's serves. Olsenowski was blocked initially. It's kept alive. And that was Alexikou who smacked that one, but it was kept alive. Potts, I think that had some fingertips on it as well. Tapped over the top. And I think that's a point for St. John's. It is, and it was finished off by Hannah Wagner, who's been an unsung hero for St. John's on that front line today, Megan.
She most certainly has it. And, you know, as much as she might not show up in the stat sheets overwhelmingly, she really is just there and sometimes at the right place at the right time and just there for some moments that turn into big ones as well. One of St. John's seniors from Germany, Mallory Potts, with the answer. 1 apiece in the 5th. Mallory Potts is up to 15 kills. That leads Villanova. And of course, leads the squad this season in kills. Number 15 in white. It's an ace from the senior Emma Decker. 2-1 Villanova. And for any Big East volleyball fans who are watching this, there has got to be so much excitement for what is to come in the Big East tournament. The 4 best teams in the league make it in this high competition.
And it's anything like this, there's going to be a lot of fun being had in Milwaukee later this month. Mallory Potts with a pile driver that was dug out by Sanabia. Alexikou. Boy, when she gets going, it is really tough to stop her. 2 apiece in the 5th. And she wound up and smacked that one down off of Kathleen Johnson.
The only player in this entire game to have over 20 kills is Alexikou.
She's up to 24, along with 15 digs. Another phenomenal performance. Back over the top from Villanova. Here she is again, but she's blocked that time. Tries again. Dug out by Lowe's. Had a great day on her senior day. Kathleen Johnson! St. John's can't save it. 3-2 Nova in the 5th.
Sean, how about Kathleen Johnson?
Didn't see her a lot in the first 2 sets. Not sure, must have been tactical from Coach Steinbach because the last 3 sets she has been a big force. And she's got a block right on cue. 4-2 Wildcats. Timeout, St. John's. 4-2 in the decisive 5th. Wildcats looking for a win on senior day. St. John's trying to make it 7 straight wins on the Big East Digital Network. Day here at Villanova University. Sean St. Jacques, Megan Caffrey back here with you on the Big East Digital Network. 2 sets apiece, so we are in the decisive 5th. 1st to 15, win by 2. Winner's the 3 seed in the upcoming Big East tournament in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And the loser is the 4 seed. But a big service error right out of the timeout for Villanova gives St. John's a vital point back. It's 4-3 Villanova in this 5th set. St. John's dropped the 1st set, came back, won the 2nd, then Villanova stormed back to win the 3rd set, down by as many as 5 points, and they saved 5 set points. And when Villanova looked like they were going to come back again in the 4th, St. John's responded, but this time they can't get it back over the net. And Villanova has a 5-3 lead in the fifth. And it was Fairchild who sent it back over. Sheeter will serve for Villanova. 5-3 in this decisive fifth set. Miscommunication, it's an ace. 6-3 Villanova.
Sean, but how about Amanda Sanabia on that play, just giving it her all-out effort to try and save it for the Red Storm?
Almost got there too. Dug out by Alexikou. Tapped back over. What a great play to tap it back over. And Cathario gets a big point back for the Red Storm. It's 6-4 Villanova. Alexikou will serve for the Johnnies. It was just about dug out there. Johnson blocked at the net, kept alive. Back to Mikolova, who's blocked, but she saves it herself. Gets it right back, and it's too long. Point for Villanova. 7-4 in the fifth. Another look at it, she was trying to dodge the blockers there. I think that was the difference. And she put it too far over the top. Allman serves, dug out by Alexikou. Touched over and right back over by Howling, but it's still alive. And again, it's too long. Did it take a deflection? It did not. And Villanova's more than halfway there.
Sean, how about this? Villanova with the lead now here in the fifth set, something that in these last two sets, they've been battling back and fighting back, and now they're in the driver's seat really in this set.
Teams will switch sides for the second half of this fifth set. Villanova has been clawing back all match, like you said, Megan. Now they're in the driver's seat, trying to win on senior day. Oh, but it's right into the net. St. John's gets a critical point right there, and it's 8-5, and the Johnnies will serve down by 3.
14 service errors for the Wildcats in this match, Sean. Something that you think after this, head coach Josh Steinbach's going to look back and say he really wants to clean that up.
Howling. Oh, she's blocked. And St. John's is back within 2. Mikolova was right there for the Red Storm. Wagner was in the area as well, and they block it back over. Mikolova has been fantastic. Sent back over the top on the serve. Fairchild had a wide open aim. Plenty of space to aim at. 9-6 Villanova. Was able to find a wide open lane for the kill. Now Fairchild will serve. Set right back up, blocked down, but Sanabia keeps that alive for Mikolova. Blocked again. Mikolova. This time, it's saved. Remarkably again. Can they keep it up? Yes, they can. 2 remarkable saves. It's blocked back down. And Jake Nevin Fieldhouse explodes.
High drama fifth set.
What a rally for Nova. 2 incredible saves to keep the rally going. Oh my goodness, it was tipped just back over, and then a critical block to give Villanova the point and a 4-point lead in the fifth set. Can they close it out on the Big East Digital Network? Well, what a rally from Villanova in the 5th set. Jake Nevin Fieldhouse just exploded after that last incredible double save, really. 2 separate parts of that possession, and Villanova serves with a 10-6 lead in the 5th and decisive set.
And how about Howling on that one? I think when she kicked it over, she was surprised herself that it made it back over.
Big response out of the timeout. Mikalova with a pile-driving kill. And it's 10-7 Villanova. Couple of changes for the Red Storm. And now can St. John's do what Villanova did in the 3rd set, which has come back from a big deficit. They serve here, down by 3 in the 5th. Kept alive. Potts dug out and saved. No, it was around the pole. What a save if they were able to keep that in, but they did not. And it's 11-7 Villanova. Just to the right from Wood.
Great effort there from Wood trying to keep it in.
Low serves for the Wildcats. Wood blocked. It's Villanova's point. Wagner thought she had a chance there, but it's given to Villanova. Another look at it here. Oh, it went right into the net. And the Johnnies couldn't keep it alive after the whistle, of course, was blown. Low serves. 12-7 Villanova. Mikalova's blocked again. Tries again. Blocked again! Olsenowski will not yield. Villanova's 2 points away. Number 8 in white, Allie Olsenowski, is having a phenomenal game. Tipped back towards the net. That was Wagner, kept alive by Olsenowski, setting it up for Potts, who was blocked, kept alive. Fairchild over the net. Sanabia sets it up for Wood, who's blocked. Still alive. Wood again. It's out. Point for Villanova. And it is set and match point on senior day for the Wildcats. And the senior Reagan Lowe will serve. Well, everyone's on their feet now inside the Jake Nevin Fieldhouse. Can Villanova complete this remarkable win? Low serves for the match. Mikalova saves, match point. 14-8 in the 5th set. Well, St. John's is facing by far the biggest deficit they have faced all match today. They would need something pretty remarkable now. Villanova trying to finish the job on senior day. It's towards the net. Tipped back over. What a dig by Potts to save that. Potts to win it. She's got it. And on senior day, Villanova wins. A ton of respect between both coaches. Villanova wins 3-2 with a 15-8 convincing win in the 5th set. Villanova will be the 3 seed in the Big East tournament, and St. John's will be the 4 seed in Milwaukee. That 3rd set is going to be remembered around here for a long time for Villanova. A standing ovation for the Cats here on the campus of Villanova University. Megan Caffrey put that into words.
I think it comes down to this senior class for the Villanova Wildcats. Just a great way to go out at home on senior day, a senior class that has meant so much to head coach Josh Steinbach and this program, a class that he holds near and dear to his heart that will certainly be missed, but they've got more to do coming up in Milwaukee. Both of these teams do.
Villanova wins it 15-8 in the 5th set to take it on senior day. We'll wrap it up after a quick break on the Big East Digital Network.
Big cities. Big names. Big legacies. Big sisters and brothers. Big ideas. Big expectations. Big stage. Big results. That's the Big East way.
What is a Villanovan in 30 seconds? Well, Villanovans aim high. Top 50 National University high. We think fast and stay connected. V's up. Villanovans think deeply, push boundaries, and go, go, go! Still with me? We climb corporate ladders and these ladders. This campus is our home, but you can find us almost anywhere. Villanovans have big hearts and solve even bigger problems, and we celebrate together. Ignite change, go Nova.
Sean St. Jacques, Megan Caffrey back here with you. We're catching our breath after a wild 5-set thriller to finish off the Big East Volleyball regular season between Villanova and St. John's. And on senior day, Villanova prevails in a 5-set thriller. And in the end, it ends up being a remarkable win for Coach Steinbach's group. On senior day, they end St. John's 6-game winning streak as we take a look back at this one, Megan.
And I think, Sean, first off, I'm going to say Villanova better be bringing those Viking helmets with them to Milwaukee. Those might be good luck for them. But we couldn't have asked for a better end to the regular season here today. 5 sets, and that third set, like you mentioned before, was just absolutely incredible.
The third set, Villanova was down by 5 points. They were then down to their final point 5 times in the set. They saved it all 5 times. The crowd got behind them, and they were able to pull it out in the third. St. John's responded in the fourth. They had a heck of a match themselves, but Villanova dominated in the fifth, and they ended up getting the win.
And a large part of St. John's is Alexa Koo. She was just dominant today. She was all over the court and assisting and kills herself and digs as well. She had herself quite the game.
She was great for St. John's. We have to highlight at least a couple of Villanova players. There's so many to choose from. Remy Fairchild, Emma Decker, Ali Osanowski, and Reagan Lowe, 4 seniors today. They all stepped up on senior day.
The best way to go out on senior day, honestly. They all put up great figures here, sharing the ball completely, and just a total team effort.
Well, the Olsenowskyites can shine those golden helmets ready for the next match in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Villanova wins it in a 5-set thriller. For Megan Caffrey and our entire crew, I'm Sean St. Jacques saying so long from the Jake Nevin Fieldhouse here on the campus of Villanova. Villanova wins. They're the 3 seed. St. John's falls. They are the 4 seed. And we will see you in Milwaukee, Wisconsin for the 2019 Big East Volleyball Championships. Until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend.